Welcome back to the channel, y'all. So, Pooh Shiesty has been released from prison. A lot of people are saying Pooh Shiesty snitched to get out of prison early. We're about to get into all those details right here. Welcome back to BrainFLoTv. If you've never been here before, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. This is the man behind the voice. Alright? A lot of times you might not see me on the screen, but it's all good. I'm still here. I like to use pictures and video clips and whatnot. But we got videos too with me sitting and talking just like this. We're going to switch it up for now. Anyways, it ain't about me. You notice when Pooh Shiesty gets released? Pooh Shiesty gets released just in time when the weather is changing. That means all the YNs about to pull out the Pooh Shiesty mask and they about to get shiesty in these streets. Well, that's what he promotes. Anyways, Pooh Shiesty came out of prison. He got a large amount of cash money in his hands that looked like more money than what's in my grandmama life savings in one go. He got on a whole lot of jewelry that cost a whole lot of money. Let's just say he left prison and came back to a lavish lifestyle. And he came out of prison doing like this. Bow, 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 bow. As if pulling triggers, ready to go. Man, when I seen that, the first thing I said was, yeah, he looked like he about to go right back in. But you know what I'm saying? That's what's promoted. Anyways, that's not what we about to talk about. We about to get into how Pooh Shiesty got released early, what he was in prison for, and what's likely to happen right now. Alright, enjoy the video, and I'll catch you on the next round. Alright, y'all, so like we said before, Pooh Shiesty is free. And he is just in time for the weather to be changing. Summer is over. We're heading into the fall season. It's time to bring the shiesty masks out. I see nothing but trouble. You know, I don't even like the Pooh Shiesty mask for the plain reason I still remember Trayvon Martin when he went to go visit his dad and he had a hoodie on. And just for the fact that our youngins walk around with a Pooh Shiesty mask on, we might think it's okay and we might think that it's their freedom. They're supposed to be able to wear whatever they want. But the messed up thing is society doesn't look at them that way. And the even more messed up thing is you have police officers who will shoot and don't even look at them like they're children. They look more like criminals. But it's a fashion and it's out there. And it's a lot of youngins that's following it. So the person who made that fashion famous, so famous they named it after him. Now, mind you, those are balaclavas, and we've been wearing those. But Pooh Shiesty made the shiesty mask famous, so now it's known as the shiesty mask and not just the balaclava. This is to put everybody on game, because I know a lot of people tune in who are completely out of the loop and don't understand what's going on. So rapper Pooh Shiesty got in some trouble a couple of years ago, got arrested, got tried, got convicted, sentenced to prison, and has done his time and is back out on these streets. He was released from federal prison, inmate records show. So a lot of people are saying he snitched. Well, let's get into all the details. Rapper Pooh Shiesty was serving more than 5 years in prison, sentenced for a Florida gun charge, and he has now been released from federal prison custody. The 25-year-old rapper, whose legal name is Lontrell D. Williams, he pleaded guilty in January of 2022 to one felony count of conspiracy to possess firearm in furtherance of violent and drug trafficking crimes, federal court documents now show. He is no longer in custody, according to the records of the Federal Bureau of Prisons that was obtained and released to the public on Tuesday, October 7th. So at 25 years old, he already gave all these years to the prison system and is back out on these streets. Before I go any further, let me say this. You know, what's celebrated in the hood is messed up. One homie goes to prison, one homie goes to college. One homie does 4 years in a pen and comes home in prison. And one homie does 4 years in college, comes home with a bachelor's degree, furthered his knowledge, and now is able to teach the rest of the homies how to get up out of here, get a certification or a degree, and make their lives better. The one that we promote and celebrate the most is the one that went to prison. Now he is a big dog. Now he is the big homie. Now he is the one that stood 10 toes down, and he a thoroughbred, and he's tried and proven, and he's a real one. And the one that went to college and got that 4-year degree and came back with a head full of knowledge, pause. He's the one that's seen as he talks too much. He act like he better than everybody else. This man always acting like he know more than everybody else. Man, move from around here with that. Nobody don't want to hear that shit. I want y'all to think about that. So, according to charging documents in July of 2020, Pooh Shiesty was inside of a car in Memphis, Tennessee, when someone opened fire at a gas station. A few months later, prosecutors accused him of being part of a group that shot 2 people and stole their drugs and some high-end sneakers at a hotel in Bay Harbor Island, which is a town in Miami-Dade County, Florida. I don't know how one translates into the other. I guess they were tracking them from Tennessee to Florida, and Pooh Shiesty was really out here with the shits. I saw the video back in the day. There was no way he was going to do anything else other than plead guilty. But I thought he would have gotten way more time than this, and he didn't. So in April of 2022, a federal judge in Miami sentenced Pooh Shiesty to 63 months in prison for the charge, to be followed by 3 years of supervised release, according to count documents that were filed in the Southern District of Florida. Damn. And did he just got 50 months for nothing? And Pooh Shiesty did all that. Guns fired, people shot, drugs stolen, other high-end items stolen in 63 months? Wow. Anyways, Williams, or Pooh Shiesty, was 22 at the time of the sentencing. He faced up to 20 years in prison for that crime. So under a plea deal, prosecutors agreed to drop 3 other charges that were filed against him, including, bing, you guessed it, he was lucky as hell, including the gun charge. The gun charge carried a potential life in prison sentence, and they dropped that, as long as he copped to the plea deal. So according to court filings, the other charges came from 3 separate events that they compiled together, including a shooting at a Miami-Dade County hotel. Like I said, he was out here in these streets for real, and he was really with the shits, and he was really all over the place. I hope he got some time to sit down. He is back out, young enough to do it all over again. He's only 25 years old. He better fly straight this time around. So on October 7th, Federal Bureau of Prisons their records indicate that he was no longer in custody. One of his most famous songs, called Back in Blood, Get It Back in Blood. Well, he was initially slated to be released from prison custody in April of 2026. We're not there yet. This was according to the prison official website. If you looked on it, that's what you saw his release date was going to be. So following his release, he was already going viral on social media for his comments. You know, Cardi B going through her stuff. Her and Offset are divorced. She is with Diggs. She is pregnant with another man's baby, an NFL player, blah, blah, blah. Pooh Shiesty came out and inserted himself right into that. And it's like his fan base was eager for some kind of sign that he's alive. So he put out a message to Cardi B saying, I love you. And when he put that out, everybody started saying, oh, he was shooting a shot at Cardi B. I don't know. Maybe Cardi B was putting money on his books. Maybe Cardi B was talking to him while he was behind bars about doing some collaborations with him when he gets out. Maybe Cardi B and his people are good people. And you know what I'm saying? People who was down for you when you were down, you shout, I love you as soon as you get out. It don't have to be he was shooting a shot. Anyhow, so as of Tuesday, these comments that he put on social media has thousands and thousands of views. His Instagram account showed that he got more than 3.3 million followers. He has made headlines in the past for his flirtatious remarks on Cardi B's social posts during the time that he was in prison. I'm 5 minutes away, baby. Open the door. He appeared to comment on his account while the pet while while she was live on Instagram. I'm 5 minutes away, baby. Open the door. Okay, so he out here trolling. He happy to be free. So as of October 7th, here's the reason why he was released early. People are saying he snitched. Let's get into it. As of October 7th of 2025, it was not immediately known why he was released from federal prison early. At the time of his release, he was incarcerated at USP Cannon, a federal penitentiary in Pennsylvania. Now, under the First Step Act of 2018, some prisoners are eligible for early release, like Diddy is. The law allows incarcerated individuals to earn time credit for participating in what they call recidivism education programs or productive activities, like go to some counseling classes, get you a GED behind bars, do all kind of that good stuff, be a role model citizen or prisoner. USA Today contacted the Office of Public Affairs for the prison, but the spokesperson for the prison says, we ain't getting into all them details right now. Partial U.S. federal government shutdown at that time continues today, so people ain't working because Donald Trump them shut the government down. Now, due to the lapse in appropriations, the Office of Public Affairs is not available to respond to your request, is the message that was left. The office responded via email to news media saying, please refer to the Department of Justice contingency plan for more information or contact us again once this lapse in appropriations has been resolved. So, in other words, we don't know why the hell Pooh Shiesty got released early. But if his time to get released was only a few months away, I don't think that has anything to do with snitching. I think it just has to do with them taking 85%, because that's what the feds do, and then him being eligible for all these other things like taking some recidivism courses and, you know what I mean, trying to prove that you are rehabilitated, do some counseling behind bars, whatever. They shave off some more time and then you up out of there. He was born in Memphis in 1999. The boy was just born just the other day. His father founded the Bluff City label Mob Ties Records. And at a young age, he first rapped under the name Mob Boss. So not only is he out here in these streets with the shits, his daddy got his back. He could rap, but he had his own label too. This is what Williams told the commercial appeal part, the USA Today network, back in 2021. I was exposed to it, he said, but he was doing his own thing. I was still real young then, and there was stuff that I didn't know or understand. That was before I jumped in the streets or whatever. You know, you young, you don't really know politics about the business side of the music business. You just young and want to do music, but then you find out that music business is a business more than it's actually just doing music. So he wrapped his head around all that and he got it together. And now he jumped in the game and he's getting to his money in a serious way. In April of 2020, Gucci Mane offered him a record deal. He signed with Atlanta rapper and businessman Gucci Mane 1017 Records, also called the New 1017, which is an imprint of Atlantic Records. He was one of the artists kept on the label roster in late 2024 when Gucci let everybody go. Because people were like, you holding on to us? You know what I'm saying? And Gucci was like, listen, I wish all y'all all the best. I ain't holding on to nobody. And then, of course, there was that scare. Gucci Mane came out and said he got $1 million cash for any rapper who's hot in the game, young and coming up, who was signed with them right now. And nobody took it. Nobody took it. Nobody took it. Fam, nobody took it because a lot of people that were signed to Gucci Mane were ending up dead. And I don't mean to sound like I'm insinuating, because I'm certainly not. But people got their speculations about these record labels building themselves off of the lives of these young artists. This is how it works. You get an artist from the hood. He hot. He building a buzz. You throw a couple dollars behind him. You give him some money up front. You give him some jewelry. Give him a couple of nice cars. Put him up somewhere nice. He blows up even more. Then, of course, this is business. So you got to have some insurance out on your property in case your property dies. If your rapper dies, all your money invested is gone down the drain. There's actually an insurance for that covers that. So all these rappers that you see popping up dead, notice that they were signed to a label and then ask yourself, were they insured by this label? You're damn right they were. Ask yourself, how much money were they insured by the label for? They be having some $1 million life insurance policies on these rappers. And when they crash out and die, those people cash a big ass check and just keep it moving on to the next youngin. That's dangerous. And people are scared. Well, that's at least the narrative that's been put out there. Honestly, I hope it don't come down to that for Pooh Shiesty, and I don't want to see him be another person who goes down the drain that way. Youngin is bad. He got a lot of potential. You know what I mean? He is a part of the new wave, and I hope that he becomes like one of those who stay the course, stand the test of time, and turn into something great where 20 years from now, 15 years from now, when we're doing these throwbacks and we're doing the how life was back in the day type, he one of the OGs that could stand up there and tell his story and guide a new generation. I want to see him grow into something much bigger than giving these folks time in prison. I'm going to close this video by saying this. It's full time that our brothers and sisters realize that go read the Constitution of the United States of America. It clearly tells you that slavery was abolished except for if you are incarcerated. Slavery was abolished except for if you are incarcerated. When you're incarcerated, you become property of the government, property of the state, and then they could pretty much do whatever they want to do with you. Try experiments on you with new medication that they put in your food, new psych medications. They could put you in chains and put you out to work in the fields. They could have you sweeping up the streets on the side of the road, picking up garbage. They could have you making license plates and clothing and whatever else. And they're selling all the stuff that you're manufacturing for a whole lot of money while you get $5 a month, or if that much. So y'all got to stay up out these people's prisons, man. When you've been blessed and somebody paved the way for you, like Pooh Shiesty Daddy paved the way for him with the whole Bluff City label, Mob Ties Records, he pretty much laid it out for his youngin to jump in the game and elevate, build on top of what your OG built already. Be great. Don't be no damn inmate. Let's put that on a shirt. Be great. Don't be no damn inmate. I'll catch y'all on the next video. It's BrainFLoTv. Have a brain. Hit that subscribe button. I'm out. Peace.